Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Geeks Are Sexy. I'm your host, Michelle Roxy Davis, and we're live in Las Vegas on WCOBM.tv. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I am here with the CEO and founder of Evil Genius Leadership Consultants, Jason LeDuc. How you doing today, Jason?
I'm great. The future is out there. Lead the way.
That's right, because the business is changing faster than ever before today. And so right now in history, you got to jump on board and how you keep track of your management skills. And so we're going to talk about keeping up with time management, how you do that, and that's with evilgeniusleadership.com. So where to go to get the most effective time and training to be effective with your business. That's what we're going to talk about on today's show. So Jason, let's kind of talk about Evil Genius Leadership real quick.
Well, first, thanks for having me. It's
Absolutely.
Great to be back. I love coming and sitting down and talking with everybody.
Yeah.
Leadership is something that's very close to my heart. I spent 20 years in the Air Force learning to be a leader myself and then guiding and developing young leaders coming up behind me. And that to me is the most important aspect of leadership, and where we really all can be doing a better job is guiding those young leaders coming up behind us. Ultimately, whatever business we're in a people business if we're working with other people. So unless we're living in a cave all by ourselves, doing everything all on our own, we've got to be in this people business of leadership.
True.
And get the best out of each other and work as a team to get our mission done.
So one of the videos we're going to play today is about time management. And if people want to go to Evil Genius Leadership on YouTube, you can see all the different topics that he discusses. But every single month, we're going to go briefly about one specific topic, and that's time management for this month.
Sure, and time management is so important to all of us. We're busier and busier. We're trying to squeeze more into our professional lives, more into our personal lives, and even just try to find a little bit of time for ourselves. And I know in my case, that time for myself is usually the first thing that goes. When all the demands come on my time, whether that's work, school, or sitting down and having a great conversation like this, the first thing that usually gets bumped off of my calendar is that personal time. But that personal time is so important to resting and recharging and making sure that we're taking care of ourselves so that we could be at our peak when we're doing all the other things that are important to us.
Right, and I know when it comes down to it, you have many videos that come to define value and what people value in their life when it comes to having those management skills and defining what people prioritize. One of the things that Jason is doing is he is overshadowing me as a business coach, because I would like to strengthen my leadership skills here on WCOBM, not only as an interviewer and a broadcaster, but also to help other people, and along with giving them the experience and exposing them to the live broadcasting aspect as good as I can. So those are some of the things that I'm trying to do, is prioritize and manage my time. And yes, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we are all exhausted trying to get exactly everything that we have tried to tally up and get done and accomplished at the end of the day. And again, when it comes to recharging, that's when I feel like we have to really value what we do for ourselves and rejuvenating when it comes to kind of giving ourselves back that time.
Absolutely. So we're going to show a little video at the end of this. It's about a 4-minute video, and it's about time management. And there are 4 steps in the beginning of that video that are really kind of nuts and bolts steps. They're really more things like understanding how long certain tasks take,
right,
mapping out, using a calendar. I use my phone as the calendar, so I can plug things in and move them around and plug my travel time in and all those kinds of things. So really, and a lot of people start to feel like if you start to use a calendar, you're going to take away your freedom, you're going to take away your flexibility.
Right.
And what I try to teach people, or what I hope to get across to people, is that if you've got a calendar and you put the things that are most important to you on that calendar, and then you leave that what I call the white space, or what you'll hear people call the white space, for other things that you want to get done, that white space, when a great opportunity pops up and you've got to move something around your calendar, now you've got flexibility. So while it's a little counterintuitive that if you start plugging your life into a calendar, that you'll lose all your flexibility, if you leave a little bit of room, if you leave flexibility in it, you actually give yourself more flexibility because you can take advantage of great opportunities when they come along.
That's true. I do that on the weekends. I leave Saturday kind of leeway if I have to run errands, go to the grocery store, what have you. But I honestly try to have solid Sundays where I don't even have to leave the house if I don't want to. I'm at the pool, I'm recharging, I'm sleeping in, I'm doing whatever I want to do for that one day. And I think that is the one day that I look forward to the most. But besides me, I don't want to talk about that, but it's about time management that we're getting across, and that's what today's subject is we're talking about. Go to evilgeniusleadership.com. I also want to tell you guys that right here we have training that can help you help your business and everything when it comes to under the sun with time management and valuing and prioritizing your leadership skills. So let's dive into time management. I want you guys to get the top 5 priorities of your life right here. We're going to get this accomplished. So Evil Genius Leadership, they have multiple workshops. They can tailor to corporate events, and they can also do one-on-one training. Right here, they do free consultations. Jason, give out your info if you don't mind.
Yeah, hit us up anywhere on social media, Evil Genius Leadership Consultants. Twitter's a little different. You can always hit us on Twitter because I love conversations, so Evil Genius Lead. But take a look at the video, work on your top 5 priorities, figure that out, and hit us up on social media, whether it's through the channel here or through Michelle or straight directly to me. I'd love to hear what you came up with your priorities. And as far as one-on-one coaching goes right now, I'm running a summer special. If you sign up with me, if you sign up for 3 months of coaching before Labor Day weekend, I'll give you a 4th month for free.
Awesome. I love it. The future is out there. Lead the way and enjoy this video.
Well said. If you're always wondering where your time is going and how you can get more, today's video is for you. Welcome back. And congratulations on taking one more step towards becoming one of the great leaders of tomorrow. Time is our most valuable resource. Once it's gone, we can't get it back, and we all want to make the most of our time. So today I'll give you 5 tips for time management and how you can get more of your day back. Stay tuned to the end, and I'll give you a link where you can download our Leadership Development Plan workbook, and that'll help you set your long-term, short-term, and mid-term goals towards getting the career you want. When I talk to managers and executives, time management is one of the skills they feel their team members could use the most. So if you feel like you need a little help in this area, you're not alone. I think all of us wish we had a little bit better handle on where our time was going. When I was in the Air Force, I had one assignment where I was traveling 3 days out of the week at least, and that was at least 3 weeks out of the month. So it required a lot of time management skill to get to where I needed to go, meet with the people I needed to meet, take care of what I needed to take care of, and then get back home and take care of all the things back at home station that still needed to get done while I was gone. I'm usually pretty good at knowing where I need to be and when I need to be there and kind of the organizational aspects of time, but I'm really bad at estimating how long a task will take. So that's an area where I could always use a little bit of improvement. Today I'm going to give you these 5 tips that are going to help you do that and more to feel like you're getting some of your time back. Tip number 1, get yourself a calendar. It can be paper or electronic. It doesn't really matter. I suggest using the one on your phone because we've always got our phones with us all the time now, and it's easy to add, change, edit, delete stuff if we need to, and it solves the problem of having to erase and cross stuff out on a paper calendar. But if you're comfortable with paper, that's your decision. Go ahead and do that. Put everything that's important for you to be in a certain place or a certain time other than where you normally are on that calendar. And I like to use the recurring features on this, so if it's something that happens every week or every day or at a regular interval, I use the recurring feature so I don't have to keep entering that over and over again. And I like to use the color coding feature to separate my personal stuff from my school stuff, from my business stuff. Now, don't go crazy with this. Don't try to go put your whole year all at once. And I'll talk about this a little later. Just start with putting today in or this week or next week in and use this calendar to get an idea of where your time is going. Once you've got your appointments in your calendar, tip number 2 is to track how long they actually take and then to go adjust your future appointments accordingly. I know I almost always underestimate the time it takes for me to meet with someone or to do something, especially when I'm doing it for the first couple of times. So make sure you get this feedback loop back into your calendar. Once you see how long something takes, go back and adjust those appointments. And you won't have to do this forever because you'll start to develop a database in your head about how long certain things take. But when you're starting out, keep track of how long things take and adjust your appointments in the future accordingly. Tip number 3 is to not delete appointments off your calendar, especially appointments with yourself. One of the rules I have for my calendar is I'm not allowed to delete anything off of it. I'm allowed to move it around, find a different day, find a different time, but I don't let myself delete anything unless it's an absolute emergency. This way I'm able to take advantage of opportunities that come up, but still maintain the commitments that I've made to myself. Now, there will be times that emergencies come up and you do have to delete something. There's been more than once where it's gotten to be about 9 or 10 at night and I haven't gotten to my workout yet that day. So I delete that off the calendar and then I adjust later in the week where I can put that workout. Tip number 4 is to leave some white space in your calendar. Remember how I said to schedule everything that's important to you on that calendar? Well, the emphasis is the word important. Meetings, phone calls, I even schedule my workouts and times I'm meeting with my friends for social things so I don't accidentally schedule something else in there. But what I don't do is I don't start with, okay, 8 o'clock work, 8 to 11 work. You got to leave yourself some white space. You got to leave yourself some room to move these important things around so that when opportunities arise, you can take advantage of them. Now, if you've got a really critical task that you want to get done, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I put video shooting on my calendar. And that's there, and that's blocked out for that time because it's important to me to do this. But you gotta leave yourself some white space. You gotta leave yourself some room to move those things so when those emergencies or unusual situations do arise or something comes up, you have a place to move those events to. So now I'm gonna come to what's really the most important of the 5 tips, but I think you need to have a handle on the other 4 before you can really do this one. And tip number 5 is to set priorities and stick to them. Know what the most important things in your calendar are and know what the things that are a little less important on your calendar are. You're going to want to know this because when you have to start moving things around, you're going to want to know what is the most important thing that I've got to get done because I can't move that, and what are the things I can move around that. Now, you've got to factor in some of the priorities of others when you're looking at moving things around in your calendar and setting your priorities because your family may have different priorities. Your boss may have different priorities. It's important to understand these. And your boss may not agree with you on what your priorities are. So keep that in mind as you're starting to think about moving things around the calendar and setting priorities and sticking to them, is that the views of others are going to be important. So there you go. There are your 5 tips to manage your time a little better and feel like you're getting some of that time back. You won't actually be getting more time, but it'll definitely feel like you are. And remember, the calendar is just a tool in all of this. The real trick is to set those priorities and stick to them. I guarantee if you take on these 5 tips, or even just at least a couple of them, even if it's just to start tracking where you're spending your day, you'll feel like you've got a lot more time and be able to find time to do those things that are really important to you. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and share this video with a friend or coworker. If you've got more business or leadership questions, leave us a comment below and we'll try to answer it for you, or email us at info@evilgeniusleadership.com. evilgeniusleadership.com is also where you can find out about our coaching programs if you'd like to do some more one-on-one training and take on some of the specific areas that you'd like some help with. Thanks for watching today. Really appreciate it. And remember, the future is out there. Lead the way.